Welcome once again to our YouTube channel. And last week, our video of our adventures out west, we took you to the Devil's Bridge, where we hiked and had a long, hot hike. But today, we take you to the Chapel of the Holy Cross, and then we're going to go to the Harley dealership in Scottsdale. And then last, we're going to take a ride through an old mining town, Jerome. Chapel of the Holy Cross. It was beautiful sitting up on the rocks there in Sedona.
It's pretty neat. Never seen anything quite like it before, or probably since, but it's if you're in that area, it's definitely worth going by and seeing.
Yeah, you know, it's rated #1 out of the 10 best places to visit in Sedona. And the structure sits about 1,000 foot up on top of the mountain, and the actual structure, they say, is about 250 foot high. So you can see that cross for miles in that Sedona area. Beautiful setting over on the rocks. So we walked up to it and walked around. It was beautiful scenery or views from the top of the area there. And then we rode back down through Sedona, just a little piece.
This was our first time to see the Saguaro cactus growing in the wild. These large cacti can grow 40 feet and taller, but it takes years for them to grow this tall. The saguaro is the largest cactus in the United States.
Our big adventure, Ricky's big adventure, was going to Scottsdale to the Harley Davidson, and tell us why that was such a big adventure.
Because it was the hottest day that I have ever ridden any kind of motorcycle.
But Scottsdale is what? The world's largest Harley Davidson.
Yeah.
After a quarter of a mile, cross the roundabout and take the second exit into North Lakeside Boulevard and arrive at your destination. destination on the right.
Well, we are almost here. We're in Scottsdale, Arizona, just outside of Phoenix. And we're getting ready to see the world's largest Harley-Davidson. Right there it is.
They're considered the world's largest Harley-Davidson because their building sits on about 150,000 square foot.
The world's
I'm not
largest.
sure.
Yep, that's what it says.
You have reached your destination on the right.
We're gonna park in the shade. So we're here, baby. World's largest Harley shop. It is pretty big, way down there.
And when you walk in, it was like almost like going into a mini mall.
Just as we entered the store, my eyes were glued to the Harleys that represent each branch of the United States military. Of course, you know, I had to take a second look at the Air Force bike. We are proud parents of the Air Force. Our son David has now served 19 years in the United States Air Force. Thank you, David, for your service to our country.
We didn't go up on the balcony. I think they did have some things up on the balcony.
They had a tattoo shop and
They had a small movie theater, they said, up on the second floor.
Check this out. They even have a barber shop in this Harley-Davidson store. Look at this. A barber shop. How cool is that? The Harley Davidson dealer in Scottsdale, Arizona. What'd you think about it? It's pretty big, isn't it? It's wild.
huge.
We're still walking around it. You can see behind me is their stage area. They have a barber shop in there.
Barber shop, tattoo shop, massage. But no food.
No food. Ricky wanted food. They didn't have any food.
It was so very hot that day. And as we rode out across the desert area getting to Scottsdale, we passed all of those Saguaro cactuses. They were beautiful. And coming back, he did stop so I could get a picture by one of the cactuses. It was so hot I didn't even ask him to stop.
I am glad she pointed that out, because she acted like I wouldn't stop going, but she didn't want to stop going because it was hot. But it was hot.
But we did pull off the exit there where there was some of the cactus, and I got off the bike and he took a quick picture and we were back on the road. But yeah, it was so hot. We knew going back that there was a rest area. We thought it was a welcome center, but it was just a rest stop, and they had bathrooms, but they didn't have, the building was not air conditioned, and but we did get cooled off by just getting in the shade.
Yeah, just sitting in the shade was a lot cooler. Yeah.
It was over 110 down in Phoenix that day. And Scottsdale is, by the way, it's close to Phoenix, right?
Yes. And for all you wonderful people, if any of you are listening to stay out there, my hat's off to you. I mean, it's not as bad, you know, walking around, but on the trike, it was just...
Well, there's no humidity, no humidity, so you really don't sweat, but you get so hot. The sun just cooks you. Mm-hmm. And I actually got a little scared on the bike because I just kind of felt like I was ready to have a heat stroke. But we did have plenty of water, and we sipped water along. I'd get water to him as he was driving the bike. Then one of the other things that we did while we were there in that Cottonwood area, we rode up to the little town of Jerome. And Jerome is an old mining town that sits on the side of a mountain, and they actually say it's an old ghost town. And some have different theories of why it's called a ghost town.
Well, this is the old town of Jerome, and it is up on top of a mountain. Not sure where we are.
But most importantly, why it's called a ghost town is back in 1903, when the copper and gold deposits were there. It was a big mining town, and the population was over 15,000. And then when they stopped mining, the population, they said, dropped down to less than 100 people, and it became a ghost town. But this old mining town is on Highway 89A, and we just rode up the mountain to the ghost town, but then we didn't ride down the other side. But I looked at the map after we were there, and it looked like that would have been a nice bike ride. So if you're in that area, ride on over through the town and down the other side of the mountain if you want to see some beautiful views of the canyons there.
This is definitely a town on the side of a mountain. It's the backside. But they have a little street in there that they park on. It's a ghost city inn.
There's the Central Hotel. Oh my goodness. This is one way. There's the House of Joy. B&B's Boutique. House of Joy. There's the Merchants Gathering. Winery. Bobby D's Barbecue Pit.
Well, we just have a few other adventures to share with you of our summer adventures. We did go up to Wichita Falls, Texas, and we rode that was on up into Oklahoma. We rode to a wildlife area. I forget the name of it now. I'll have to look that up, but I'll get a video coming soon. But we went through the Holy City there and rode out through the wildlife area and saw some longhorns on the side of the road. So that was pretty neat. So that'll be coming up as well. And then we have some more adventures here in Aransas Pass. We've done some motorcycle riding and just had an awesome time with friends and doing different things and trying to stay active. And so we do want to thank all of you for coming along with us on our journey. And we have a few more weeks here in Aransas Pass, and then we'll be heading back up to Tennessee. We'll be in and out of Tennessee during the summer, doing different things. So we just thank you for following us as we are soaring together and living life
in different places. Texas again.
See ya. Thanks for watching.